I have a bunch of gold here. It was kind of thick for the last painting that I wanted it to be thick for. So I'm just watering it down because I didn't add hardly any water to the last video that I made with the purple, with the gold side. It had a gold half and a white half, and I wanted the gold in the background to be fairly thick. So on this one, I'm going to do a swipe, and I want my gold to be thinner. So it's not pouring off my stick, so that means it's too thick. There we go. So there's that. Put a drop of silicone in. I have a cup of really pretty purple paint I can still pour with. It might just be on a piece of plastic, but I'm going to pour somewhere with it. So this one I'm just doing by the seat of my pants. I have an idea. This is a 24 by 12 canvas. I bought it black already. And I think I'm going to turn it this way. Close that up and get it out of the way. Okay. So I saw a beautiful pour that somebody had done using a deep blue and gold and black. It just was gorgeous, and I don't want to copy her. I'm going to do something different, but I loved the look of it, and I wanted to see if I could just achieve something a little bit similar. My love is always usually of purples, and that's the color of the year. So I want to do this with purple, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a black line to swipe with in the center and use purple and maybe a little bit of the blue. Now see, after these bottles have sat for a while, sometimes the little seal dries up. I wanted to add a little bit of water to my paint. This is one of those cheap squeeze bottles. I don't even seal it at the top, but it doesn't dry up, surprisingly, I guess because it has the Owatrol in it. So everything is mixed 50-50, 1-to-1 ratio with Owatrol. So I'm going to put the black in the middle, and I think I'll do the gold. So I'm going to start with a puddle of gold. And you kind of want to make sure your edges are, you know, almost pretty much covered too. This is a vivid blue, and I'm just going to put just a little bit, and I probably shouldn't even put any of it, but I'm going to. And then purple. I don't have a lot of this mixed up in the bottle, but I'm hoping I have enough to where it'll move down the canvas as I swipe. So I'm going to stop there. Just tilt a little bit. Then this is like a mulberry. I used dioxazine purple and mulberry together for this color. So I'm just going to add, this is a 2-ounce bottle and a DecoArt writer bottle. It's something you can write with paint. It has a very fine point. So it doesn't come out nearly as thick as your other paints will because of the smaller tip. And it's made to do finer lines. And so this has Owatrol in it, 50/50, and it has a little water and it has a drop of silicone. But if you wanted to just strictly write with it, with your paint, then you would just pretty much put the paint in there and maybe add a touch of water. I'm afraid that I need this purple paint and I don't have any in the bottle. It's about out. So I'm going to do just a hint of the bright blue. Kind of squeezed in here and there. So that's bright blue, and the other blue I used was Ultra Blue Deep. And this is just a little tiny bit of the color Purple Rain mixed with white. So I'm just going to make sure my paint goes to the edges. I've got a damp paper towel. I'm actually just wetting it a little bit here just to make sure, since I don't have paint here, that the paint will still glide over it. I don't know. Get a little bit more out, that might help. It's at the end of the bottle here. Okay. So the center is going to be black. I guess I should kind of, since I don't really know exactly where the center is. That's 15 where the blue stops. That's 24. So I need 12 inches. So 12 inches is right here. So here's my middle. So I got, I think, enough paint. And I've got 2 damp paper towels, and I don't use the cheap ones, I use better quality ones. I'm going to stick that edge right down in the black, let it lay down and kind of watch it soak up, and just drag. Now I'm going to turn it. I'm going to put that black right here in the middle again. Do the same thing. This is like 3 sections. You know how they come in smaller sections? This is like 3 sections to make sure it's wide enough. Set it in the black and watch it soak up. Where you know it's got all the, it's like a touching the paint. And drag. And then wait for the magic. This is the most fun part. So I'm taking my black here off the table and just touching the edges of the canvas, like where it didn't get any black on the sides. So this is thick in the middle, but I'm going to leave it. I want, the artist in me wants to touch it and play with it. But if I do touch it, it may screw it up. Now when it dries totally, I can always come back in and add a little bit of gold or something to kind of even it out to where it doesn't look like a stripe. It's smarter to do it that way than to possibly go in and swipe again and mess up what you have going on with your cells. So I am just not going to touch it even though I want to. So your end should pretty much be covered, and what I can do is I can tilt a little bit, but I don't really want to because I want those cells to stay the way they are. I'm going to put the heat gun on it for a second. It's interesting, there's a big blue dot right there. I am gonna dip my finger in and stick a little purple there. But I love this. I love it. I wish this had happened on the other side, but I don't care. I'll live with it. I love swiping like this and watching the cells appear. And the heat gun is not going to really affect it that much. I'm going to hit it one more time. It's just going to take time for it to dry and for it to, that thick paint to level out and do its thing with the silicone. And I have that pale purple down there that keeps it like it's popping through here. I'm trying to keep the pale purple from popping through too much because I want the purple or the blue possibly or whatever to kind of come through more so than I want blue or the really, really pale purple. But I'm overall very pleased with this. And what I'll do is wipe my hands off. So you can see it up close. So what happened is, what I feel like happened on this portion of it here, when I swiped, when you saw the wet paper towel lay down, you saw the black and then you saw that line of blue, and so I think it went a little heavier and took a little more paint that way. And so by the time that it got down to that area, the gold was kind of gone. Whereas this one, I did it a little softer and the gold trickled down, as you can see. So that's just a note to self, you know. But I love it. I am loving it. So I'm going to let it keep drying, and when I post the end of the video, at the end of the video, I will post the dry painting. Look at that. That is so pretty. But I will post the dry picture at the end of the video. So if you liked it, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.